Hi, I'm Miriam Catalina, and today we are going to talk about some reading some books that I can uh, tell you that it will give you more knowledge about your awareness of conscience, maybe give you a clue that is pending to find in your environment, and you try and try but not really get it. So I will share you some lectures, some books that you can check for them, right? So we can start. So since the beginning that I start this path to get more information about how to connect with the origin, how to connect with God in that moment. I'm born in a Catholic family, and the first book that I tried to read was the Bible, but around the Apocalypse. And how I get it then, because I was really interested to know what will be happening in the future, what it is coming. And of course I have like 11, 12 years old, and I don't understand the book. I don't get all the information that I need, but I learned that there are some different kinds of points of view about it. And this opened me a question about how God relates to other religions and how God it is present in other religions, because my question was like if the Virgin has different versions of her in each part where she appears, what happened with God? God has the same process with other religions, that if he appears in different role, in different character, in different uh, style to those each religion as they need it, right? So that's why I started. And other mm, person or important role that I was looking for about how was the life that they have in order to get who they are in that process, in that moment, was Juan Pablo II. This book is in Spanish, but it is about to pray, and it refers how he was connected with God through the prayer, to those sentences that he do, and what was the intention behind that, what was the his goal when he was praying, and how he connected with others, why he was so kind, in order of all the effort and all the circumstance that he need to overcome in order to get the position that he has, right? And after he start looking for more information, I be in contact with Paulo Coelho, and the book it is The Alchemist. In Spanish is The Alquimista. He has a lot of books, editions in English, so you can contact also that information too. And also I have the Peregrino, that is the book of the magic, like, of it is round about the new awareness of that process, to get more information, to be more contact with the energy, with the maybe with the whole, with the spirit, um, with that feeling that we have something to do with that path, right? Without without inner spirit, and see what was the real reason for coming to there, right? And live this experience. And after I've been in contact with Deepa Chopra, and this is about illumination. And also there is other book that is Synchron Destines. And what I like about Deepak, it is the mix that he do between the logic of science look to the spiritual topics, the form that he express the idea of what happened behind those personas, those roles that was in a point of time humans as always as us, as the same as us before to get that leader role that they believe or live in this planet, right? Then I read this that is to know God. The perspective here in this book is how was the perception about God in different periods of times of the conscience of the air. Sometimes it was considered as a really how can I say, really not flexible God, that it was a God that give you punishment for things that you do not do according what they tell you that he wants. Another point of the misericordia that it has, the kindness that maybe can connect with the people that was on their same logic that they express. And from that, the topics that after exposed deeper about these persons that were really iconic in our awareness. I like it so much, so I recommend to you if you want to check it from something logic point, not all the mystery and energy and all the romantic process that sometimes we get from others. So the first one is Buddha, the other one is Mahoma, and the final was Jesus, right? So it is another point of view. Uh, how was the aspects of the human behind that big role um, that they play in this planet, right? And after that, I moved more to the Kabbalah process and Kabbalah information. And the first book that I read was The Power of Kabbalah, that I give to someone that I really appreciate in that moment, and I think that that information will help him a lot. And after that, I get The Prayer of Kabbalists, and this is from Yehuda Berg. Uh, but the most important book that I read that give me more knowledge of how to open my perception on information around me and reference with my inner voice and reference of why exists the duplicity and of kinds, why it is sometimes black, why it is sometimes white, why it is need both sides, good, bad, um, enough, not to be enough. And this book is called Satan, and it is about the biography of the ego, and it's also by Yehuda Berg. I don't know if it's in English, but you can look. And also I have the education of Kabbalist. This is from the Berg, right? Um, that give me more context what is happening uh, around me and how I can get more benefits of the information that I have, how I can look as different form what is around me. And also another big book from them, it is this, and it is called If You Don't Like Your Life You Can Change It, right? And when I get this book, it's also from Yehuda Berg. I don't know what is called in English, but it is related to that. This book will give me another perspective that I can be the principal actor of my life instead to be a second role, or just see the public that go to the movies and see the movie, and to be just sit down and see what is happening around me, but not take part of that movie, right? Not take actions and decisions for what I can see it could be a path that I want to go. I don't say it will be a good or bad path because I don't know in that time. And the end, if I look back, maybe I get more tools, and it was a hard path to overcome and move on the next stage. Or was it really easy and move on forward to another goal that I have in that period of time? So it depends of what happened and how do you live that path, right? So that's why the most important from this book is to teach you that you can enter in that role, that you don't need to wait a long time to take out all those uh, biggest illusions that maybe we do, that maybe we say I could help someone when I have a lot of money, right? But you can help them right now without money. Just see what can be in your hands to do, and that's it. And the blessing is coming from you, not from the money that you have or the money that you will have in a period of time. You are doing the action right now and see the benefit of doing it. So it is more about the intention to be part of that role, of that life that we select before to come to earth, and it is something really really good for you to develop. And also I had contact with the 5 languages of love from Gary Chapman. And what I like from him, it is the form that he explained that we have different forms to relate ones between us. If we think was difficult, our vocabulary from where we are or the language that we talk, well, I have a knowledge and another information for you. We have also find the 5 different forms to relate with others, to show them how we appreciate, to show them the gratitude from the things they do for us, to share them the love that we have inside us to others. So it comes really difficult when we don't know that. It comes really frustrating because sometimes we have a big problem and our language is different between them and us, and we cannot be in contact, we cannot be connected because we don't know how to connect, we don't know how to put in same synchrony our communication, right? So this book will help you in that kind of lot, because you learn how are those languages expressed, and you can start to detect them in the rest of the loved ones or the near ones that you have around your environment. And then after have this magic fee, this is come from JJ Benitez. Also he wrote about Troya horses. I don't know if they are in English, but in Spanish is Caballo de Troya. And I've just read this for that period of time. Caballo de Troya was a really difficult book for me to understand because I have pending information to learn from, get more uh, easy for me to read that book in that period of time. I think that if I try, maybe now I can understand better what is the information try to explain us, right? And after that, I've been more in contact with metaphysics. And from it, the first book was the Blue Book, or El Librito Azul, and it is from Connie Mendez. I don't know if it is something about she write in English, but you can try to find out. From this author, I get a lot of books. One it is around Saint Germain's information. Other is about the metaphysics. It is can be used for everyone, and you can start to practice it. Or other it is think in good and get it. Those blessings. The other one is the wonderful number 7, and all the books that are metaphysics 4-in-1, right? So if you like to see more about her books, try to find those lectures in English, right? Those books in English, and also in another period of time to get more conscious how to do those close process and how to live it. I have Jorge Bucay, and this is a book about how about sad um, sad I don't know, it's lecture. Maybe it is a sad book, but not to be sad. It is how to process those close moments in your life that maybe you lose someone that you really be near to to them, to he or she, and maybe you cannot pass the page yet from them, right? That you constantly think about them, and that put you in a position that maybe do you not feel and enjoy your environment as you feel and enjoy it when they was in the same plane, right? So you can process it more the information. Another book that I have, it is Connect with the Money. It is from Jürgen Klarik. This author helped us to understand for those that we want to do more entrepreneurship, do more business creation or business relations, how we can connect with the money. And I like it because it is a form to see how the metaphysics can apply in the everyday lives, and you see more the path of the theory to the practice, so you can learn as an easy form from him about that. And also this is another book, I don't know if could be stated in English, but it's related about how someone was divorced due to get some avocados. This book is from Blanca Mercado. What I like about this book is that explain us that sometimes we think that we are concluding the things for another reason that is not the specific one, and the truth behind that it is that we want to close that process because we are losing us in that process. Maybe that process does not help us to see us as we do it before, and we forget to see us, and we just live the life as just as public of that movie and not as an actor of that movie, right? So it refers to that, and I like it. It is easy to understand how those relations could be changed if we change the form that we form part of it. And other topics that I was checking, it is about the global logic converge, and it is come from Alejandra Casado, but I use the information shared by Grisi Nava. You can find information from her on YouTube. I think that she now is showing her videos in English too, so you can find her channel and see what it is about that course, what is the information coming to you, what is that process that she explained us, and how we connect again, right? Another book that I start to try to read. It is a course of miracles. In Spanish, it's un curso de milagros. I don't know if it exists in English, but you can try to find it. And it is a book that you find it with three blocks. The first one was for students. The second one, it is the exercise book for the students, and the version from the teachers is the last process. But one of the recommendations that we get from Gracie, it is to start from the practice book. This will help us to connect more the information and start to understand how is the line of the path of the information that we're getting from that book. So I show you the same suggestion, and that's all. On the logic that we do in Spanish, I don't know if applies on the same words in English, but for in Spanish, the blessings that we get with the reading, it is a number 883, and this number is around the perspective that is synchronized with our environment, right? And the sum that we can get for it, it is 100.43. So in this case, it is our perception of the design getting a new perspective, or we are created a new process through that design if we get that writing, right? And when this right, it is coming from a recommendation from someone. This word has a number that is 122, and from this number what we're doing is that we have doing circuits in our self, that we are doing that connection, the information that they share us with our self, with us, with our body, mind. And from the sum that we have 147.62. So here what is happened, that in the three persons that we see in the pyramid of the seven plants that we see in the logic, they are connected and they are doing the circuits of the possibilities. So when we have a lecture or a book recommended from someone, it is because that information will help us to match something that we are working now, or to see different the forms that we try in something to understand. So it is not a coincidence that that information is arriving to you. And if you still have some question about reality, if you want that we have one-to-one to see what is reality tell you, you can contact me through the social media space that we can put in touch and have maybe a call in Zoom and do this exercise for see what is the reality tell you, right? What is the reality try to give you that information. And now I have the message from the angels, so be aware your question. You already have that question to get answered, right? So let me move there. Are you ready? Right? Okay. The card for today is power and autoesteem, and it is really like to teach us, and they tell us, I take out the pure image that I have for myself. I take out the pure image that I have for myself. And also they tell us that we are in a process that we are getting in reality the things, right? So it is time to use that power as conscious, and with the conscious that we need, right? Don't create things that you don't want. so be careful what you creating. um, Also, they invite us to move on from that environment that not mm, that not recognize who you really are, and you are in a one step to get something better, right? So just keep focus on your goal. And also they ask us what you want for the future, and you have clarity, and be more focused on what is coming, so you can see the future that it is in front of you. So let me open more the information, so to get more conscious of it. So it is tell us you are much power as you believe. There is no necessity to be engaged with the poor image that you have from you. They saw how blessed is your action, and your level, and you can be focused on you, and be focused on your dreams, on your biggest dreams that you have. Don't request in little. The universe, in the universe, there are no limitations. It is just blessing, and you are who the ones fabric them, and you request to the universe what you need for that awareness of conscience. So be sure that what you need, it will be arrived to you. uh, we focus on dreams, no on I don't know how to say pesadillas, but no good dreams, horror dreams maybe. But you need to stay focused on good ones, on what you like, what is uh, the goal that you have in front. From from now, how do you expect to be in the future? And also they say that whatever that you live in the past, it is something that gives you the person that you are right now, and you can use those experience to get power, be more energy to move on the path that you have for that goal. So use the tools that you already have right from the past. And also you need to see how much potential you have to do from others. Your major advantage, or your major ability, it is to give that potential to others. So you don't believe that you don't have the enough time to do it. So just focus, because that is your energy. So remember, you have that potential. You already have it. Just recognize it, you as the power woman, man, person that can bring to others who you really are. Okay, so if you like this video, please help me with a like, subscribe, and we can continue to do this process in the future. Bye bye.